So I'm having a chat with Sharleen of Texas. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good, good. Now we're having a little chat because coming up we have a best of your works, Texas works, coming out on LP and CD compilation. Tell us a little bit about the reason behind doing this release.
Well, it's already out, and we did a very best of 1989 to 2023. And it's just a celebration of the work and what we've done and what we've achieved through the years. And we played Glastonbury this year, and we thought we wouldn't, we're not playing to our own audience, we're playing to a far younger
Mm.
audience, and we thought it would be a good time to kind of put all that we'd done out there and make it known.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got a couple of new tracks on there as well. We've been playing one of them called "Keep On Talking," which is a cover. Tell us a little bit about that and the reason why you chose that to do your
Um,
own version of.
we actually went out to Alabama to Muscle Shoals to the famous Fame Studios, and we were doing a special project with Spooner Oldham that's not out yet. And we had said that when we were doing this project that we really wanted to do a version of this song. It's actually a song that Spooner wrote with Dan Penn, and it's a Northern Soul classic, and it's a song that we love, and we're very into Northern Soul. And we said, well, when we go and do this project, we want to do a version of this song. And it turned out amazing. And we thought, yeah, it'd be really good to put something new alongside after all on the very best of, so as people have got a little bit something new to hear as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been a couple of years now since an originals release that you released. Have you started work on new music?
Well, we had the High record out last year.
Hmm.
That came out last year. So yeah, it's been yeah, we're always working on new stuff. We've done this special project, we've done this piano album that'll be coming next year, and we're writing and working on new stuff as always, which we're always doing.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And with this piano version coming out next year, tell us a little bit about what we can expect to hear on that.
Well, you're just gonna have to wait and see because I'm a little bit early to talk about it just now.
Yeah, not a problem at all. Now you've been touring, you've done Glastonbury. Let's kick off with that. How was Glastonbury this year?
It was pretty phenomenal and unbelievable, and it was a very special day. Um, it was breathtaking. 250,000 people
Mm.
literally singing along to your songs is quite something.
And everyone on TV watching it as well.
Yeah, it was just the amount of love that came off the audience and has been something that I think will live with me for a long, long time.
Yeah, most definitely. And people will still want to see you live, but there's not much in the calendar for you at the moment, apart from a few dates in Australia and New Zealand next year. What's going to be keeping your time busy over the next few months for the rest of this year?
Just keep your ears open. There'll be something coming soon.
Good. I can't wait to hear about that, and I'm sure your fans can't wait as well. And you've toured many places around the world, but there must be places you haven't got to yet. Where do you want to play at some point in your music career?
I think I'd really like to do South America. We've never done South America.
Mhm.
I think that's somewhere that I would like to go and do. And Texas is so big in Spain. We're massive in Spain. So yeah, I think that, it'll cross over. It's obviously like with the Spanish language and Spanish radio, it crosses over. So yeah, I think it'd be really good to go into South America.
Do you think that's on the cards sooner rather than later, or do you think that might be
Um, there's
something further down?
nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing being, we've not pursued anything yet, but I think it was something that we should do.
Yeah, most definitely. And I like talking a little bit about the writing side of things. So for you, how do tracks normally start off for you? Is it a lyric, a melody? What kind of
Never,
works?
no, there's never any pattern to it. It's just like, right, let's start writing. It can come from anything, come from a bass line, a drum pattern, a lyric, a note that's been written on something that's on my phone, whatever. It can be anything. It can be inspiration of hearing something. It's just, there's all different ways that
Mm.
it starts. To be honest, don't really question it. And I think sometimes that if you always do something the same way, like, oh, this is the pattern we do it, you kind of get yourself in a rut. So I don't really try and understand it. I just kind of do it.
Yeah, good. And some artists tend to find lyrics fairly difficult. What's your position on working lyrics into the music of yours?
If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. In seriousness, it's like, um, it's a skill, it's an art. It's if it was, as I said, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Um, Sometimes it just falls into place very easily. Sometimes it can be a real slog. It just depends on the song. It's like different songs have different roots and different sort of needs and different difficulties. And some songs, as I said, just happen like in a flash, and you're like, wow, that was easy. But they're not all like that. So, that's the joy of what it is we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you've been around for many years now, the recording process for you has obviously probably changed, especially over the last few years with COVID and everything. And now most things are being done online. When you go to record next and going forward, how do you feel that you and the band are going to how are you going to be doing it in the studio?
We just do it the way, I mean, as long as you don't even have to have a studio, as long as you get a computer, that's basically
Mm.
all you need. So that's what our setup is, and we've always been able to record um on the road or wherever we are. We're very lucky that we've got our own studio in Glasgow, that we mix in, and that we do depending on what it is. Sometimes we'll go into the studio to do it, depending on how we're feeling.
Yeah, and when you're in the studio to record, how does it work for you? Do you layer it up? Does the drum start with a click track and you work it up from there? How does that normally work
Well,
for you?
normally now you'll put a click track onto something, because for syncing things up, and even for things for TVs and stuff like that, for doing backing tracks for TVs, if you're going to do live vocals to something,
Mm.
normally it's a lot easier if there's a click track on stuff, and it's a lot easier for live as well, that when your drummer can actually hear something and it's keeping everybody in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
A
Sharleen,
lot
it's
easier on the computer to edit when you've got a click track in there.
yeah, very true, very true. Sharleen, it's been great having a catch up with you.
Nice speaking to you. Thank you for having me on.